Hi, this is Eric. Today we're going to go over how you can really control how the sites that you manage are shown and displayed in the public web. The diagrams and graphs allow you to show off the details of the live data and the historical view in ways that make the most sense to you and your installation team. Let's start by picking the one that we want to edit. Again, from My Sites tab, you can edit any one of the images of the sites that you're concerned with. Diagrams and graphs in the tabs at the top will allow you to get to the diagrams and graph settings. In this case, diagrams, where we have the background image, again, JPEG, GIF, or PNG format that you can upload from your PC, and then a link that gets us to the configuration page where we can set up the individual parameters that are going to show up on that image. You'll notice that on this page we have a number of elements, including the image itself with current live data, including also some sums of that data, and X and Y coordinates that we can use in order to place things properly on the graph. These X and Y coordinates will be used in order to set the fonts and parameters of items that show up in the graph. We also have, on the right, the available data, so you can see which parameters you can use in the formulas and the calculations of what it is that you want to display. So EWT would be entering water temperature. We can also be more precise in some of our calculations that are shown on this chart. So you'll notice at the bottom we have some examples of those formulas that can be used in order to show more complicated elements based on the real-time data. You'll be able to take a look at the details of how these are put together by referring to the documentation referred to at the top of the column under Calculation Doc. This doc shows you how these formulas are put together and how they can be used in order to display pretty much anything you want based on that real-time data. You'll see some samples of these near the bottom of the page in this case. As with other tables, you can append rows or delete specific rows to get just the parameters you want to show up in real time on these displays. After saving the changes, use the back button to go back to the tabs. Now we can pick graphs in order to graph which sensors show up on which graphs. You notice here we have the timestamp and the codes of which graphs are going to, which elements are shown. The codes are important here because these codes will be used in the code column. The labels in this case are merely just the display labels that will be used on the graph. So for example here at the bottom, 74 will show up as outdoor air temperature, but you notice on the right that 74 OAT is the outdoor air temperature. 74 is important as the code, outdoor merely the display. As before, we can append and delete rows in order to make the graphs be just the way we want to show up on the public pages. From our tabs, again, go back to My Sites, and you'll be able to see the sites that are assigned to you.